here I am. Yeah, on my way to Colchester Kawasaki. Yeah, go and have a look at the BSA. Yeah, a proper look, that is. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, Rouses are involved. Marvellous. Yeah, go and have a look at the BSA Gold Star, and sit and see what I make of it. Yeah, I've had opportunities at Copdock, but it's surrounded by people and music, loud music and everything going on in your ear. You can't do that. I don't want that. I don't want anyone hovering over me, looking at what's what. So I'm going to go and have a look, and hopefully no music, no one standing in the way, blocking views, blocking different angles. Yeah, I'll be able to judge it. I won't be able to ride it, not yet, no, none in the country, except those test bikes that they had. And so, yeah, it's going to be very interesting, so I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So as I get closer, I was just thinking, and I was thinking about my dad and his love for Bonnevilles, and I was thinking, I think what's so exciting about the BSA Gold Star for me and my brother is that I think if you ask my dad what bikes he would have, if he had to have two, what would they be? One would be the Bonneville, for sure, 100%. The other would be the Gold Star, the BSA Gold Star. Yeah, and so it's quite an emotional thing, isn't it, with these old bikes? It just puts a lot of pressure on it to live up to certain expectations, and that we won't really know until we actually get on them and ride them and they're on the road. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd just add that little insight. Next time, hopefully you'll be seeing the BSA Gold Star in person, in private. Yeah, marvellous. So I believe, according to Biggles, it's just up here, and then I'm going to meet it in person. Yeah, that's going to be marvellous. Is this it? Could be. Looks about right. Yeah, I reckon. There you go. Colchester Kawasaki. There's a big bus parked in the way there, so we'll get in here and see what's what. Yeah. So here we are. Look at this. Yeah, marvellous. Look at that, all posters and stuff. And I'll tell you what else there is as well. Where is it? Yeah, Daily Telegraph, Spitfire, model aircraft. Yeah, that's marvellous, isn't it? All badges, all manuals. Look, they're not very thick, are they? There wasn't a lot to go wrong though, was there? That's marvellous. And what we got here? Oh, Mammoth, do you remember those? That's marvellous, isn't it? But what I'm really here to see is this, look. Yeah, what's that? Marvellous, isn't it? It does look splendiferous. That's no question there. You know, let's have a look. Yeah, look at that, it's framed in a doorway. That's marvellous. But well, the question is, you know, people have been, Oh, well, there's all sorts of things flying around, aren't they? Nobody sort of really trusts it just yet because they're not on the road. But it's not long now before they are. You know, I've seen it only from a distance. This is the closest I've been up to it. And I've got opportunity here to have a proper look at it. I mean, from this distance, it looks fine, doesn't it? But when you get up close to it, some of the stuff is absolutely splendiferous. This clock is just so lovely, isn't it? It feels so round. It feels like the old bikes, the shape of it and everything. Yeah, and there's a little dial on there. I think, if I remember from the videos and stuff, what that shows is just your lights and stuff, neutral and things like that, you know, high beam stuff. And then you look at the clocks, those upside down ones, and again, to touch, they're just marvellous. Looking to go wrong way around. Yeah, that's marvellous, isn't it? Forks, the chroming on the mudguard, that's nice. They are very smooth and rounded, and the forks very traditional looking. Yeah, Brembo brakes, how about that? Brembo brakes, wheels, that's sort of like a brushed alloy. That's nice, isn't it? That'd be easier to clean, I should think. Engine casing polished up, chrome bits on, and powder coated barrel. I don't know what that is. Sounds like metal. Suspect it might be. Of course, that badge is splendiferous, isn't it, as well? Yeah, look at that. BSA, marvellous. Engine casing is lovely, and side cases, gold star. Yeah, very subtle, isn't it? It's not massive. Foot pegs, it's got things for scraping. Yeah, I don't think I'd be scraping it, but maybe I would. I don't know, maybe it gives you a feeling of being a bit of a hooligan. I don't know. Exhaust, people have said, haven't they? They don't think it's as pretty as it could be, but it can't be, can it? Because of emissions and stuff. You know, everyone struggles with what to do with the exhaust and dealing with those emissions. I think they've done an alright job, haven't they, on that? They've hidden the cat as well as you could do. That seat doesn't look too bad. Feels nice and solid. Firm, you know, like a firm seat, like on the Kawasaki. What I would notice is, well, look, it says Gold Star on its number plate. The indicators, dinky little things. That's marvellous, isn't it? They're so small, they're hardly indicators at all. That's marvellous. And while we're up here, look, metal brake reservoir. Yeah, Triumph could learn a thing or two about that, couldn't they? So that's marvellous. Back suspension. It looks chunky, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, that's got quite some girth on it. That, yeah. That's marvellous. Swinging arm. Can't quite see. You'll notice though, no centre stand. There you go. And joined everybody else. Don't know what it is, what people have got against centre stands, but everyone seems to be on the same page with it. So maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Tank, lovely shape. Very reminiscent of the Triumph. Flatter on top. Nice petrol cap. You know, no doubt there's going to be lots of aftermarket bits from Stuart's friends, Motorcyclist and what have you, no doubt they'll be all over this. But that has, I don't know if you can see that, that has got etched on the top the BSA guns, the rifles. If I do it the right way around, maybe you might be able to see. Don't know, can you see that? Maybe if I do that, there you can see it. Look at that. Yeah, and it says 1903. Is that a battle with Royal Enfield? I think Royal Enfield were 1907, weren't they? That's marvellous. Yeah, what a battle that's going to be. Mirrors, solid, big. They feel like they're quite heavy. Those mirrors. Yeah. Switch gear. People have moaned about it, but I'm looking at it and I don't think the switch gear looks too bad. And I don't know how you make it functional and old-fashioned, to be honest. Royal Enfield had a stroke of genius with that little switch that you push over like that. That was marvellous. But they haven't, but that's fine. Yeah, and USB. Yeah, USB and USC, yeah. So really future-proofing, because soon they'll do away with USB, I bet you. Yeah, so that's good. We've got to address the elephant in the room, though, haven't we? We you know what I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about that mudguard at the back. Look how big that is, nice and broad. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The radiator. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's liquid cooled. You know? It's got to have water somewhere. Could they have made it smaller? They could have done. They might have done. I don't know. Because this bike is one of that small batch that they did just for the shows and stuff. I should think it's most likely going to come like this. This is what your bike's going to be like. Maybe some tweaks and changes. I don't know. You're going to have to wait and see. But I hope they don't change that headlamp or those clocks, because those are splendiferous. The radiator, from some angles you don't notice it. You know, it's just a motorbike and a radiator, because you're taken by all the shiny stuff and the fact that it's a BSA. Yeah, there is side casings, plastic, but they're probably one of the things that actually look most close to the originals, I think. Yeah, little red painted out BSA. I don't know if the finished products will have that. And then you've got that horn there. Well, the horn can't go nowhere else, can it, because of the radiator. So I guess you're stuck with it there. I wondered if they could have put it under there somewhere. I don't know. But of course, the proof of the pudding's in the riding and the feeling. So I've just about touched every part of it, I think, so far, except I haven't sat on it. So yeah, can you imagine me muttering on there? That'd be your view. Yeah, that'd be marvellous, wouldn't it? Look at that. Yeah. I think that's quite splendiferous. Have a look, see if I can see Mrs. Jane behind me. I'll tell you what, as well, to sit on, it feels solid. Yeah, bit squeaky when I bounce up and down. Can you hear that? That's how solid. It's all new and squeaky. But yeah, marvellous. Back on the side stand, because there was no centre stand, yeah. But hey ho, I don't know how much fuel the tank holds. No doubt all those figures are on there. The seat is really quite splendiferous, I've got to say. Yeah, I like the seat. I like the tank. The exhaust I can live with, the radiator I can live with, the engine, it's BSA 650 single. What more can you say? Yeah, that's marvellous, isn't it? Those indicators, yeah, I'm just repeating myself now, because that's what I do. They're just tiny, look, the size of my thumb. That's how big the indicators are. And apparently they're LED, so they're really bright. Headlamps not LED, but we've had this discussion before, haven't we, about LED? If your lights stop working, they stop working. If that blows, you go to a garage, just about any garage you like, get another one. Yeah, carry a spare if you want. No doubt you'll be able to get some pannier racks for it, and have some panniers on it if you want. But there you go. Yeah, at last I've finally met the BSA Gold Star in person, in private. Yeah, just me and him. Yeah, or her, I don't know. Whoa. Yeah. Better than I'd hoped, I think, is what I'd say. Yeah, marvellous. While I'm here, let's just have a look around here. Look at this. Look at these engines. Norton. Yeah. Ah, oh, some great posters and stuff. Marvellous. Model bikes. Yeah, what's that? Is that a mutt or a mash or something? That's marvellous, isn't it? Great, you know, if you could learn on something like that, that's marvellous. Scooters. What else we got down here? Look at that. Posters. Barry Sheen, if I'm not mistaken there. Is it? I don't know. Oh no, John Player Special. Yamaha. It's not Barry Sheen, it must be Kenny Roberts. There's Barry Sheen. That's Barry Sheen, yeah. Marvellous. And more posters here. Oh, James Bond. Yeah. BSA rocket. Maybe that's what they're aiming for. Look at that. Yeah. Norton. Marvellous. Barry Sheen, there you go. Yeah. Old MCN, look at that. Marvellous. It's just splendiferous, isn't it? GT252. Yeah. Yamaha RD250. Movie theatre. That's marvellous. It's like it's got its own little town here. But that is quite splendiferous. Yeah, could you imagine just parking it outside your house, or outside your shop, just popping in? So I'm just popping into Ed's Tools and Hardware. Yeah, that's what that is. Ed's Tools and Hardware. Yeah, be back shortly. Marvellous. I am actually now quite excited about its arrival. And yeah, get on that test bike when it comes. See what it's like. See what the finish like then. That'd be marvellous, won't it?
So, there you go then. I'm on my way back. I found it a bit easier to get out than I did getting in. Got a bit lost coming in. But what do you think about the bike? Yeah. Obviously, there's still a lot of unanswered questions. But looking close up at the bike, it's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. £7,000. It's very shiny. Excuse me, I don't know where I'm going here. Yeah, I'm going straight on. Marvellous. You know, the clocks are marvellous. That headlamp, to touch and feel, so bulbous and solid to feel. The mirrors, they're solid. They're not little spindly ones. They're quite, you know, the stems. And most people, let's be honest, you're going to put bar ends on, aren't you? Yeah, I know you lot. I wouldn't personally. I like Mickey Mouse mirrors. Might put bar ends on if I put some drop bars on it. I don't know how difficult that would be to do, but yeah. So Brembo brakes as well. That surprised me. Yeah. The exhaust. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's got a big job to do, and that's to get its certification, isn't it? Get it through emissions, and it's done that, and it's done it with a certain amount of style. And if we think of Freddie Dobbs describing that exhaust on the Z650, well, I don't know what he'd say about the exhaust on the BSA. I'll have to have a look to see what he said about it, because I'm sure he's had a look at one. Yeah. I come off here, I'll go on to the A12, so it might get a bit noisy for you. I'll close my visor. Yeah. So so where was it? Of course, the elephant in the room. Yeah, the radiator. Yeah, well, it is what it is. It's a liquid cooled bike and it needs a radiator. They might do something with it, they might not. I think you've got to take it. Oh, you sneaky monkey. Yeah. You take it as you find it, I think, on the radiator front. The powder coating on the barrel, black. I don't know what it would look like without it, but it's got it, so there you go. The tank is such a lovely shape, and that little touch on the petrol cap with the BSA logo and the 1903, yeah, that's marvellous, isn't it? That's a nice touch, and it's one that might stop people from getting used, you know, a patented part. Yeah, because if you do, you might get one that looks decent, but will you get one that's got that BSA engraved on it and that 1903 stamped on it? I don't know. So that's a nice touch. The seat, solid, lovely seat, nice and wide, nice and comfortable, nice and firm, but not too firm. I don't think Mrs. Tame would have an objection on it. It's not that hard. The USB, yeah, well, you know, you've got an option to either leave it there or take it off, but it would be pretty expensive for you to put it back on. Yeah, if it didn't have one, if it didn't come with one. So that's what I'd say about that. No centre stand. I know, it's frustrating, isn't it? No centre stand, but that's just in par with every other bike. You know, the Bonneville didn't come with a centre stand, and that was, oh, I don't know, £9,500 I seem to recall, something like that. So £2,500 more. Yeah. The Continental doesn't come with one, but the Interceptor does, and that's, you know, £500 or £600 less. Yeah, because that bike is the top of the range one, the Legacy one, and I think it's only the colour and the chroming that's different on them. You know, so I think even the cheaper ones come with that USB, but I don't know. Don't hold me to it. So let me just get past this lorry, because I've got a car getting right up my jacksie. I don't like it. Yeah, so there we go, and then I'll let the car overtake. Anyway, I mean, to look at, you know, doing the senses, to look at, it's splendiferous, isn't it? Yeah, it's splendiferous, even with the radiator. Yeah, to smell, well, it just smells like a new bike, a cold new bike, because it's obviously not fired up. To touch, it's splendiferous. Yeah, it is. How does it make me feel based on the senses that I've seen? Semi-excited. The proof of the pudding is in the riding, isn't it? Yeah, the proof of the pudding's in the riding. So yeah, what else could I say? Yeah. On that note though, talking to Andy, he's promised me as soon as the bike arrives I will get a test ride on it and do a review on it. Yeah, so that's exciting, isn't it? I can't wait for that. And then we'll know, won't we? Then we'll all know. All the answers will be in that ride. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Very excited about it. More excited than I was previously, because I hadn't had that proper look at it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see. Watch this page. Yeah, as they say. Yeah, marvellous.